Hello, dosto. Welcome to the Bollywood talk show on IWMBuzz. This is your host, Shubhajit, and today I have the lovely pleasure of welcoming this lovely lady over here, Anveshi Jain. We all know about her. We love to see her content on social media. She loves spreading those, motivational posts. I'm talking to her after exactly 1 year, 1 month. That's what I told her today morning, but it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here, and many congratulations on your song, Jugnu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shubhajit. It's lovely to connect again after 1 year exactly and see
Yeah.
where we are. Last year, I remember when we spoke, we were going through the same thing, about
Yeah,
pandemic. But here, things are getting better, and here I am with a new
yeah,
song. I hope you all
yeah.
like it.
Absolutely. I saw the song today as everybody else, and I read the message. I always tend to read the description because that time tends to, give the emotions correctly. It's about
Correct.
spreading happiness, joy, cheer, something which is very important. What I want
Correct.
to know from your end is that what is that one thing that gives you सबसे ज़्यादा happiness?
Music, actually, music. A lot of people are not aware that I have always been
Yeah,
inclined towards the musical
yeah,
side of me,
yeah,
wherein I was just preparing. मेरी ये चाहत थी कि तैयारी करके फिर मैं अपने
yeah,
म्यूजिक को बाहर आप लोगों के बीच में लेकर के आऊं एंड आई थिंक अब
yeah,
वो वक्त आ गया है. So whenever I'm doing my riyaz or whenever I'm recording a song in a studio, I have realized that I'm the most happiest then, because
yeah,
that's a very spiritual connection that you
yes,
feel with the Almighty at that
yeah,
moment when you are giving it
yeah,
your all.
yeah,
You're nowhere else
yeah,
but right there. So I think that
yeah,
is
yeah.
something that makes me the happiest. And or maybe
क्या
when I'm
बात?
acting. So any
Yeah,
kind of act wherein
yeah,
you get so deep into it that you forget about
yeah,
everything else. I think is the
yeah.
very blissful moment, for
Yeah.
anyone.
And
Yeah.
I must tell you this, in front of everybody that when I heard your voice, I think I heard your song. I mean, I heard your singing for the first time today. I was actually mighty impressed. I swear I can say this in
Ah,
front of everybody.
oh,
So I
thank you
think that
so
that's quite
much.
a lovely quality, because acting, anchoring to you have been doing. I remember
Yes.
this lovely thing that which takes me to the next question as well. That
Hmm.
I remember there was this event of yours that you spoke about where I think Shah Rukh Khan sir was there
Yes.
and you
Yes.
had this thing in your mind that okay, fine, everybody's going out there taking photos. I want to work with him one day and then maybe earn my own position. So that
Yes.
itself speaks how clearly I remember your words of last time. So what I want to know is that these are really self motivating things. हर इंसान के पास probably वो quality नहीं रहता. Some people are able to motivate themselves, others take motivation from others. So I
Others.
think you are
Right.
one personality from where a lot of people take inspiration and motivation in the form of, say, body positivity, fitness, etc., whatever. So how do you probably want to, pass on a message to them? Ki, Chalo, theek hai, fine. You're taking motivation from me. I'm very happy. But how do you self motivate yourself? What would be your message to those people?
ऑनेस्टली मैं आपको बताऊं तो मेरे ख्याल से सेल्फ मोटिवेशन ना एक एज के साथ आता है जब आप
Yeah,
मेच्योर होते हो और लाइफ में बहुत कुछ
yeah,
एक्सपीरियंस करते हो. व्हेन
yeah,
आई वाज यंगर, व्हेन आई वाज इन माय व्हेन आई वाज
yeah,
22 23, आई
yeah,
रिमेंबर दैट आई डिडंट नो एनी बेटर. एंड खुद को लिफ्ट
yeah,
करना मतलब बहुत मुश्किल काम होता था. सेल्फ मोटिवेशन
yeah,
के नाम पे आई यूज्ड टू जस्ट
yeah,
go to shopping mall and spend money and come back and just tire myself down. That was
yeah,
my idea of self motivation.
yeah,
Eventually, I started following people who are inspiring to the world. For example,
yeah,
from Oprah Winfrey to Simon Sinek to Mel
yes,
Robbins. There are so many
yeah,
great speakers, orators.
yeah,
Tony Robbins. They are spreading positivity, not just that, and also they're
yeah,
telling you the ways to achieve those things and incorporate in
yeah,
yourself. मेरे साथ ये रहा
yes,
है कि शुरुआत से लेकर के अभी भी अगर मुझे लगता है कि अब तो मैं बहुत सेटल हो गई हूँ, अब सेल्फ मोटिवेशन आसान हो गया क्योंकि वो जो सीखा ना उन लोगों से
yeah,
वो अब
yeah,
सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में बैठ गया है. तो अब इट्स इजी टू,
yeah,
अभी अगर कोई बोलता है कि यार आई एम गोइंग थ्रू समथिंग लाइक दिस, सो आई विल टेक व्हाट, ट्राई 5 second rule by Mel Robbins. That's how it is, like in your system. So it's like an education
yeah,
that you give yourself to go
yeah,
through a bad time so that your mind
yeah,
automatically processes that information.
yeah,
सेल्फ मोटिवेशन के लिए लोग क्या कर सकते हैं मेरे ख्याल से, दैट्स व्हाट दे can actually do. There are so many great Hindi orators, speakers, they are speaking about
yeah,
every single thing. Sadhguru, for that matter, I
yeah,
listen to him also till
yes,
today.
yes, yes,
They speak about such relevant topics. So if you have a
yeah,
doubt about casual sex or having multiple partners or having
yeah,
doubt in career, you can simply go to those videos and you can have some amount of clarity, and that also makes you wiser and mature
yeah,
in the long run because
yeah,
you have heard those speeches or read those books. So my
yes,
idea of self motivation these days, now I don't listen to speeches
yeah,
as much, but I write
yeah,
myself. I write.
yeah,
I have
yeah,
always been doing that also. कोई चीज का
yeah,
अगर dull moment है मेरी life में, तो मैं
yeah,
सोचती हूँ कि how can I use this सैड energy and
yeah,
channelize into something productive that can help other
yeah,
people. So
yeah,
I write down that
yeah,
same question and I answer it myself, and then I post it, or maybe I talk about it in my live sessions.
yeah,
So that's just
yeah,
how I've been channelizing this lately, you
yeah.
know.
I totally understand this noting down point. So I think different people have their own mechanisms. Like for me,
Yes.
whenever I'm probably hosting some virtual event, so I just do this mini preparation in front of the mirror. एक दो
Yeah.
सेकंड का वो कुछ मैं रिहर्सल कर लेता हूँ उसके
Wow.
बाद I know कि how I go forward with that. So I think that's quite a
How
lovely
nice.
tip
Yes.
that you mentioned for self motivation and going forward. What I
Yes.
want to ask you next is that you have always spoken about exploring different arenas. You started with anchoring, then you moved on to acting. Now you are exploring this version of singing as well, where you're coming up with your own
Correct.
music, etc.
Correct.
What I
Correct.
want to know is that when you swap or when you do different things, it's not easy because people have a certain notion, and har cheez ka, I would say ki, the beginning time, when you're starting
Yeah.
off as an anchor, starting time is the most difficult. I'm pretty
Oh, it
sure
is.
you dealt with your own challenges of anchoring and your acting. So yahan pe, what was it like? Because by the time you started your music foundation, you already have a presence, you already have, say, a
Yeah.
popularity,
Yes.
which wasn't the
Yes.
case earlier. So how would you
Yes.
want to define your struggle right now?
Wow. That's such an intelligent question, Subhajit. I can tell that you have worked your way to these questions very, very well. Um,
Yeah,
you are right that I have had audience, and one thing I tell you, uh, a person like me and you, we are never
yeah,
settling. We are never settling. It's not that we are very greedy, that we want to do
yes,
something, something, that we want more and more. No, it's not like that. We just
yeah,
want to explore what more we can do. How further
correct,
can we go and push our limits and boundaries?
yeah,
So with
yeah,
me, the day I became famous, the day I realized I have my audience, I did two things.
yeah,
One, I created a way to make money passively so that my
yes,
decision making in my acting career should not be dependent
yeah,
on the money they are offering me. I can
very true.
I can on the donkey ki chot pe I can say no, I don't want to do bold characters anymore.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
end of it. Or even if I
yeah,
want to do it, I want to do it for big series, big channels,
yeah,
big OTTs,
yeah,
not for any
yeah,
smaller ones.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that freedom I got with my
yeah,
application that I opened the
yeah,
moment I
yeah,
realized that they want to see me. Second thing
yeah,
I knew is now I have to work double speed harder, because now is the time
so
when I
true.
can actually serve my audience. I am not seeing myself as a social media influencer who is creating content to please audience and, like, to make
Yeah,
jokes around or to make blogs
yeah,
at the moment. No, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at bigger picture, wherein I'm like, when you are young, when you have this energy, when you can do a lot of things, might as well, this is the time when I want to work on my music and I want to put
yeah,
that out and see how the audience is reacting to that. So
yeah,
the moment I am 2 years famous, this I
yeah.
started preparing the day I realized I'm the most googled woman. From that day
Oh,
onwards, I started a training. I hired a trainer in musical, Indian
yeah,
classical musical and Western vocals,
yeah,
both
yeah,
together. एंड देन वहां से मैंने सीखना शुरू किया है ना, आज आपको 3 साल के बाद ये गाना देखने को मिल रहा है. स्ट्रगल की आपने
yeah,
बात की, इसलिए मैंने बताया कि
yeah.
स्ट्रगल में तैयारी भी आती है, तो ये तो था
Absolutely.
तैयारी का पार्ट. दूसरा पार्ट
Yeah.
जो मैंने प्रॉब्लम फेस की वो ये कि यार शी लुक्स लाइक दिस, यार शी कांट सिंग. एक जो विजुअल
Ah,
परसेप्शन हो जाता है ना लोगों का कि अरे
yes,
यार शी इज
yes,
जस्ट ट्राइंग टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टुगेदर, जैक ऑफ
yes,
ऑल
yes.
ट्रेड्स, मास्टर ऑफ नन सॉर्ट ऑफ स्पेस.
Mm-hmm,
तो
mm-hmm.
रिजेक्शंस बहुत मिले. हमने बहुत बार ऐसा भी हुआ कि म्यूजिक वीडियो शूट करके रखा हुआ है लेकिन वो कभी बाहर नहीं आया, ओरिजिनल सॉन्ग्स हैं, बट आई केप्ट ऑन क्रिएटिंग अ बैंक. एंड देन
Yeah,
फिर भी मैं बोलूंगी स्ट्रगल मेरा बाकी के सिंगर्स से, बाकी के टैलेंटेड लोगों से काफी कम रहा, बिकॉज you have an
yeah.
audience of your own, and then eventually it
Absolutely.
happened with 9XM Music that they
Yeah,
saw the potential and they saw that
yeah,
somebody has to trust you to begin with. The first beginning is always the hardest, and that's why I say that जो पहला chance अगर कोई देता है ना, be always grateful to them, because they are the one who trusted you when nobody did. Now from here
yeah,
onwards, I will not be surprised if other channels and other opportunities I get my way.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
also done that when I have stood outside T Series ke office mein, and I've tried and
Uh-huh.
met those people and showed
Yeah,
them my music. Who not?
yeah,
Who not?
yeah,
But then
yeah,
eventually it happened at the right time with the right people.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, एक opportunity अगर मिल जाए सही वाला, it just opens so many doors of new opportunities. So
So
I
many.
hope that
Yes.
happens to you as well. You know,
Thank you so
Another
much.
question that I feel probably a lot of people can relate with your journey is that, people say ki yaar, dream big. It's very important that you should dream big, you should have big ambitions, but it's also about not daydreaming. You should be practical about your own life. A lot of people say, who come
Practical
into
about my
the
life.
entertainment,
Yes.
a lot of people come into the entertainment industry and they just have those dreams, but they are probably not sure, just like how you mentioned that you opened your own app because you wanted to ensure financially you are strong and it doesn't depend on your acting just. So,
Yeah.
what would be your message to those people who also have big dreams but don't really know how to probably, just micromanage their own personality to ensure that everything remains stable in life? उनको आप क्या कहना चाहोगे?
That's such a brilliant question again, Shubhajit. I'm liking this interview with you. This is the problem. This is the problem, with the millennial
Yeah,
generation, because the sense of
yeah,
entitlement is so much,
yes,
wherein they think, what, oh
yes,
my God, I'm the prettiest, I'm the most talented. I will not go to the
yeah,
auditions. I will not work hard. जब opportunity आएगी,
yeah,
आगे से आएगी, then I will work.
yeah,
It
yes,
doesn't quite work like that. You don't realize in this journey when you're waiting. Waiting is really, really not good
yeah,
for anybody, I would say. Rather, even if
so
you're
true.
an actor, I think waiting का एक जो comfort होता है ना, वो आपको ना
Yeah,
बस वेट ही कराता है. फिर आप chill कर रहे होते हो
yeah,
दोस्तों के साथ, कभी parties हो रही होती
yes.
हैं. You are getting into stuff that you shouldn't be getting at the prime time of your
You're getting
career.
distracted. Correct, correct.
And rather, I would say कि why you're getting distracted. You're getting distracted. I mean, there are multiple ways. अगर अंदर का drive
Yeah,
बहुत ज्यादा नहीं
yeah,
है ना, I have wasted
yeah,
time in doing the same
yeah,
thing too. I have thought कि
yeah,
यार law of attraction होता है. I will
yeah,
wishful thinking is what you call it, right?
yeah,
Wishful
yeah,
thinking बहुत ही मैंने vision board देखो अभी भी लगा हुआ है. लेकिन now I
yeah,
have been working towards to
yeah,
get there. बैठे बैठे अपने
yeah.
आप आपको कोई CCD में spot कर लेगा, फिल्म आ जाएगी. वैसा नहीं होता. और कई
नहीं
बार
होता
होता भी है.
बस.
मेरे साथ वही हुआ ना.
Yeah,
Overnight. I became
yeah,
overnight success. It happened with
yeah,
me. I realized that. But when the opportunity
yeah,
hits you, how prepared you
yeah,
are, that again
yeah,
is a thing. So when this
yeah,
9XM opportunity happened, it happened because I was
yeah,
already ready to be
yeah,
presented in front of a musical journey. If I was not a
yeah,
singer, I can
yeah,
melodyne my voice. थोड़ा बहुत आप कोशिश करके गालोगे, लेकिन लोगों को
yeah.
आप बेवकूफ नहीं बना सकते. It will show that you
Correct.
are not
So true.
prepared. So what I'm saying is,
Yes.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that if you are lost, if you don't know where to
Yeah,
begin and what to do and where to go,
yeah,
especially after pandemic, everyone is lost. I get it. There are
yeah,
thousands
yeah,
of blogs, video blogs, career counseling,
yeah,
your own
yeah,
writing stuff. There are ways. SWOT
yeah.
analysis. SWOT analysis आप पढ़ते हो
Yes,
economics में. मेरे dad ने सिखाया
yes,
था
yes.
कि when you
Yeah,
don't know how to make a decision, you do SWOT analysis. You find your weaknesses, strength, threats,
correct.
and possibilities. Those things you realize, and then ये सब मैंने किया. ये मेरे पास 15-16 जो डायरीज भरी पड़ी है, ये तब की है जब मेरे को
Yeah,
कोई आइडिया नहीं था क्या करना है. बिकॉज
yeah,
दिस से ना दैट यूनिवर्स फॉल्स इन लव विद द स्टबर्न हार्ट. स्टबर्न हार्ट का
yeah,
मतलब ये नहीं होता कि आप बैठ करके बस विजुअल थिंकिंग कर रहे हो. उसका मतलब ये होता है कि आप रोज बाहर निकल रहे हो और आप देख रहे हो कि क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी मैं
so
ग्रैब कर
true,
सकती हूँ या कर सकता
so
हूँ.
true.
अकेले बैठ
Yeah,
करके एक तपस्या होती है. तपस्या एक यही
yeah,
होती है कि आप अपने आप को प्लेजर में इंडल्ज नहीं कर रहे हो उस खाली टाइम में, जस्ट बिकॉज यू
yeah,
डोंट हैव वर्क. यू
yeah.
ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट व्हाट यू कैन डू. एंड इफ यू
What you
कैन
can
नॉट
do.
फिगर आउट व्हाट यू कैन डू,
Yeah,
if you cannot figure out what you can do at the moment, read
yeah.
a book. Read any random book
Mm,
and believe it is going to make you a good person. I have always said that
yeah,
that tomorrow you have no idea. कल के डेट में तुमने अगर rich dad poor dad पढ़ी, whatever
yeah,
you do in life,
yeah,
investing के बारे में you will be clear. You will be sorted. Your
yeah,
money will be saved. If
yeah,
you don't know how to make friends, if you are
yeah,
not good at dealing with people,
yeah,
you read Dale
yeah,
Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. कल के दिन तुम audition के लिए भी जाओगे ना, you will know better how to talk to a casting director so that he remembers
so
you,
true,
how you make a different
so true.
impression than others. If you meet
Yeah,
someone big, you have five
yeah,
seconds, you have 5 minutes
yeah,
only with them. You have
yeah,
5 minutes with
yeah,
the director, how you can actually impress him or
yeah,
read the person's likes and dislikes by reading their
yeah,
body language. Read a book about body
yeah,
language. There are
yeah.
so much you can do and for free. So I don't know if you have any
Yes,
excuses that I will buy. So
yeah.
there's so much that one can do.
I think that's so true. And you mentioned about being lucky, when somebody
Yeah.
spotted you. This maybe I remember one quote where which I read, and I think it has an impact in my life as well. You hustle, you struggle,
Mm-hmm.
you work hard day in, day out, and then one fine day you
Yeah.
just get lucky. So people talk about
The
being lucky,
one
but
fine day you get
पहले का
lucky.
जो
Yeah.
hustle and struggle hai, the bustle that you put on yourself, a lot of people don't see that.
Yes.
So I think that's
Yes.
such a relevant point that
Yes.
you made.
Yes.
We
that
spoke
that is
about this.
there. And apart from that, yeah, and also I mean when we talk about lucky,
Yeah,
I understand that
yeah,
nepotism के बारे में हम बात करते हैं industry में. I'm not switching the topic, but
yeah,
I'm in a very short way. I just want to say that
yeah,
nepotism में भी अगर कोई star kid है, have you seen their
yeah.
struggle of preparing themselves? They go for like
So
6
true.
hours of dancing, 7 hours of acting
Yeah, yeah.
skills. What not they learn, what
Correct.
not they learn.
Correct.
So it's
Yeah.
hard work eventually. आपके पास आप बोलो पैसे
Yeah.
नहीं है ये सब सीखने के लिए, online classes तब भी हैं. If you would have wanted, you
Yes.
would have done it. You would have done it.
Found a way.
So
Correct.
just because somebody is having an opportunity, an easy way, they
Yeah.
have still
Yeah.
worked their way out there. Otherwise, they won't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And I think
yeah,
I think the last time also we spoke about this thing where we spoke that, it doesn't matter how opportunity आपको मुश्किल से मिलता है, yeah, probably you get that initial bit of edge, but eventually it's just the audience, they realize फटाक से पकड़ लेते हैं कि how
yeah.
prepared is this man or not.
Yes,
They're very smart
yes.
that way. So
Very, very
let's move
smart.